Here we're asked to prove this trig identity. So I'm going to take the more complicated side, which is the left side here. I'm going to simplify it using some trig identities and some functions that will help me make the left side match the right side. So I'm not going to touch the right side until the end where I just bring it down. This one here has kind of a trickier aspect to it if it doesn't look familiar here, but we should start getting into the habit of trying to see this. But first, when I look at this problem, what I can see here is I have two terms, sine x and sine x times cotangent squared x, and both of them include sine x. So really there's a greatest common factor here that I can pull out. That's the hardest part of this problem, is seeing that. So if I can see that there is a greatest common factor, we can see that how that really helps us in this in a second. So I pull out sine of x, and what I am left with, if I were to divide this by sine of x, I get 1. If I divide this by sine of x, I just am left with cotangent squared. And the reason that this is helpful is if we were to be looking at a list of our trig identities, we would see that 1 plus cotangent squared is the same thing as cosecant squared. So I can replace this now, sine of x times cosecant squared of x. And now this is going to help me simplify. So from here, cosecant squared is the same thing as 1 over sine squared. So I'm going to replace that. I'm going to multiply those two together, and now I have sine of x over sine squared x. Now remember, this is the same thing as sine of x over sine of x times itself. And so I can cancel these, and I'm left with just 1 over sine of x, which is good, because if I look at my trig functions, I know 1 over sine of x is the same thing as cosecant x, which is what I was trying to match in the first place. So cosecant of x is equal to cosecant of x, and that shows me with these steps here, I have proven this identity.